Hey guys, in today's video I'm gonna go cafe sketching, so I'm bringing along some stuff with me, like my journal as well as my sketchbook, of course, and also my pencil and an extra eraser just in case I use up the last of my remaining. And I brought some colored pencils. I brought way more than this though, but I just showed these two. And I brought some microns, which, spoiler alert, I didn't end up using, but I brought those along with me anyways, as well as these two cute little lip balms that I got from Marshall's. They are coffee scented and they're also from Friends because it's Central Perk, and I thought they were adorable. At the actual cafe, I got a cold brew, but it was on the summer menu and it had like some cold foam on it. And my sister, who came with me, got like a strawberry matcha off the summer menu. It was really good. I tried it. But yeah, let's get into sketching. Okay, so this was my first ever time cafe sketching, and if you don't really know what this means, it's just where artists go to cafes with their sketchbook and sketch the people around them. You know, like the live, moving people around them. I was seeing all these professional artists doing it, and I was like, wow, that looks like so much fun. I want to try that. And it didn't ever occur to me that drawing people who are constantly moving is difficult. I started so many sketches, and I can't tell you how many times they walked away and I was like, wait a second, I forgot what they look like, or I can't finish this because they moved a certain way. So then I started drawing the fish on the wall because that wasn't too bad. I made it really cartoony and I really like it. It's kind of derpy and cute. And then when I got home, I was like, let's add some watercolor. Also, I'm not gonna lie, I also include this watercolor process in here because I just simply didn't get enough footage of me sketching at the cafe. It's awkward enough trying to make it look like I'm not sketching people around me, but I mean, some people definitely like had to have put it together that like I'm looking up every once in a while, I'm sketching in my sketchbook, I don't have my phone pulled up either. And when I did, it was recording what I was drawing. So I don't know. I think some people kind of placed it together, and that's why I did not draw those people, even though they would have never known. So I just got to be more confident next time I do this and like think it through. Meanwhile, with my watercolor process, I have not watercolored in a long time, and I was trying to be fancy with it, so I pulled out the blues and the reds, you know, like the hues that you get under the skin. So this actually was my favorite sketch that I watercolored, and it turned out the best in my opinion, so that's the one I'm watercoloring right now. This guy was so easy to draw because he was just standing still the whole time waiting for his wife to like order and stuff like that. He was just standing at the end of the bar waiting for the coffee the whole time. So yeah, it's super easy to sketch, and never once looked over towards me. So yeah, that was a pretty good first sketch, and it only went downhill from there, so Also, by the way, I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm using new brushes today. These ones are like specifically made for watercolor. I got them at Michael's when they were on sale, and I really like them. I don't know if that's why like my sketches didn't turn out that bad when I watercolored them is because of the brushes or is because I'm getting better, but yeah, I really enjoyed using these. So yeah. If you guys want to see me try and cafe sketch again, or you just like my videos in general, you should consider subscribing, since I will definitely be trying more stuff like this, and the only way to see that is if you're subscribed to me. And plus, it means a lot to me if you do. So, yeah. Also, the shading on this hair when I did it in watercolor turned out so good. You know those paintings or like drawings or sketches you do that like you look back and you're like, whoa, how did I even do that? Like that looks really good. This is how I felt about that hair, and I was like, oh, okay, so I can do cool shading with hair, cool. And then I moved on. This girl, now she was a bit different. She was walking like right in front of me for a hot second, trying to get by so that she could go to a table towards the back. Her dress, I remember it being really cool. When I drew the dress, like immediately after, I forgot what she looked like. Like, I completely forgot what the dress looked like at all. I remember it being like a blue or a black or something, and I remember it looking like super artsy. So I just kind of just tried to make the dress look artsy with the color that I remember it was, which was blue. I also added green because it looked really nice. But yeah, it's really difficult to remember like what people look like. You think it wouldn't be, but it is. Also, side note, I'd probably be a lot better at watercolor if I wasn't so impatient. Like, I just always have to use a cloth with me and I always have to dry it immediately. I don't like waiting for things to dry, and that's probably why my watercolor never turns out as pigmented or nice as it could have. So don't take this as a professional's help, because this definitely isn't. This is just me watercoloring and being impatient. This is not the right way to watercolor. This is just my way of watercoloring. So if you're impatient, I mean, you can just use a cloth. There you go. Now I'm just adding some shading to the face, and then I'm gonna move into her hair color, which this girl was a blonde, and blondes are super hard to watercolor compared to brunettes, just because, especially like the shade of blonde, because like platinum, I couldn't even try. I think with platinum you're just supposed to do like the shadows and then your brain's supposed to fill in the rest. There's something there. But for this girl, I just went over it with yellow, which I didn't like. I don't know how to paint blondes that just don't look like too yellowy. I think later on I put some like brown in it for shading, just so it didn't look like yellow and it looked like blonde. But yeah, I tried my best. So if you have any tips for painting blondes, let me know. I'll definitely be looking up some later because I do this too often. So this was the fish from the cafe. When I was sketching people, it was getting really awkward, so then I just sketched the fish on the wall because I was like, well, you know, it's better than nothing. And I sketched it really cartoony, and I really liked the way it turned out. So I watercolored it too, which was fun. And yeah. I don't know if this is cheating a little, but I kind of did two portraits of people instead of fully drawing them, because it is very hard work to draw full body plus outfits plus hair plus facial details. It's just a lot to observe in a very short amount of time. and I was gonna mix up a color for this girl's shirt. I remember it was like a really pretty red, and apparently this red was not good enough for me, so I was mixing red with a little bit of brown. Like, I thought this was like super artsy or something, and I had to get my camera on it. And it's kind of funny because it ended up looking just like the red that I made, but to me it is different, okay? To me this is a different red. This is completely different. So yeah, enjoy that. But in the end, the red turned out really good. It was very pigmented, and yeah, I like it. So as you might have guessed, the same girl that I did the portrait of, I did this full body sketch of, and they honestly both turned out kind of like the same. I thought that the portrait would turn out way better since I had more like space to do facial details and that kind of stuff, but no, they ended up looking the exact same, so that's always fun. And I could not get the skin tint right on this at all, and I was gonna remove the one on the portrait with the napkin really fast, and I completely forgot about it and let it sit, and it dried like that, even though that's definitely not the way her skin looked. So that was a little sad and disheartening, but her overalls were really cute. They were like a gray black charcoal-ish, so I started off with a light like tint of it, and then I moved into layering it deeper, and it looked so good. I switched brushes as well, and this one was just so precise, and I was very confident with it, so that was fun. And then this girl, you think this girl out of all of them would be like the easiest to draw since she was like sitting still the whole time. She was so difficult. It definitely did help that she was sitting still, don't get me wrong, but like doing scrunched up like sitting poses was so difficult for me. And I also changed the color of the bar stool. It was definitely black, but I wanted it to be like a light beige, and I layered over the overalls again, and then got to her pants, which were like a deep brown corduroy, which looked really good, and she had like a really nice flowy white top, and it was kind of hard to draw it looking flowy, so it looks a bit stiff, but that's okay. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I know it was a little random, but yeah, I'll see you guys next week.